All right, welcome in Virgos. How are you all doing this month? We are into April, so tapping into the energies, tapping into any information or guidance that you guys need to be aware of that can help you on your higher path, and see what's happening this first month of spring for all of us in the northern hemisphere, and the fall in the southern. So we have a changing of the guards, if you want to call it that, changing of the seasons. You know that the changing of the seasons really has a lot of significance and symbolism and synchronicities and some key things for us to really kind of sit with, think on, and that can help us, because it is a transition in the external world, but it's also a transition in internally and in our lives. So there's a lot of symbolism there. So we're going to kind of dive in and see what's going on for everyone. So this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Virgos. Yeah, how did you all handle and get through March, if I may ask? We had a lot going on. We had the eclipse kind of season. We just wrapped up that eclipse season with the new moon in Aries, which was a partial eclipse that just happened the end of March. And now to me, that kind of really kicked off and opened up a portal of energy, almost like, to me as a metaphor, like an opening of a new door that really wasn't there before, but now this is finally open for us to take advantage of and to really start a new path, to go in a new direction. And, I think it's just perfect with the aspects going on. We have in April, Mercury and Venus will start going direct again. They've been in retrograde. So I think that's really supporting us in taking action and moving things forward in a new way. I have kind of been talking to each zodiac sign about the themes of April. So the sun is in Aries, so it is an Aries month. At the end of the month, we will move into Taurus. But the main themes are really that very fiery Aries kind of, I guess, energies. So the three themes are action, confidence, and leadership for April. So something to really think about, because, it has really shown up in the readings. This action, a lot about like really this piece of like the confidence piece, the really getting that ability and strength to stand in our confidence, to stand in our power, which is that leadership aspect, and starting to take the lead. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of not taking full action or not feeling confidence in their own leadership abilities. And I think that's going to shift this month. So just wanted to call that out, because I think that's really helpful for everyone. We also have Venus entering Aries at the end of the month. So, that of course is also going to add a spin on things this month. We have that fiery energy going on. Mars moves into Leo on the 17th. And what else do we have? I'm just looking at my notes. Mercury enters Aries. So we're going to have Mercury in Aries and Venus in Aries. So there's been a lot of Piscean energy for a while. We're getting a lot of Aries energy, which kind of, again, tied to the sun in Aries. There's a lot going on with Aries energy. So there's that fire. There's that major confidence going on. That's going to help us. So let's dig in to the cards, the reading here for everyone. So I have my Flower Medicine Oracle cards out here. So what I'm doing, I thought it'd be interesting now that we're moving into spring and summer here. I'm going to pull a flower medicine card, and there's obviously kind of a meaning or message on there, but I'm also pulling a card. So the flower that's pulled for your sign is going to be a symbol for you. And it's also a flower that you can use to help support you in whatever way you need. Obviously, there's going to be a theme, so I think that's going to be a theme for you in April. You can use this flower to, again, support your energies, bring you whatever you need. So you could go out and find this flower and have it around you. You could plant this flower, or even having a picture of it is going to help you this month. So let's see what that is for Virgos. The cherry blossom. Look at that. That is perfect timing, right? Spring. I know in Japan it is cherry blossom season. And I think this year, if I've heard, I'm half Japanese, so I have a lot of connection to Japan, but I think the season's a little late this year, but usually the cherry, the sakura, they call it the sakura flower, but that cherry blossom season usually runs like, mid to end of March into beginning of April. So this is just perfect timing for that. But I love this for you guys. It seize the day. So there's kind of that action again, leadership. It takes confidence to seize the day too. So I kind of right in line with what we were talking about with the month. All right, we have the lotus flower, enlightenment. And nighthawk, trust. I just noticed too, there's a theme of like pink flowers here. So pink may also be a good color for you for April. That can help bring, boost your confidence, help motivate you, help you just feel good. So I would say wear pink, have pink things around you. So I'm just going to take a look at, no, of course, oh, here it is. I'm just going to see what the flower deck says. Cherry blossom. Seize the day. Life like ephemeral cherry blossoms is fleeting. Take risks, be bold, get out of a rut so that your life can become more magical. Yeah, it's kind of time where, I feel like there's been a lot of stagnancy going on in general with the energies in people's lives. And it's like kind of this like moment of like realizing like, hey, if I just sit back, like noticing things are just going to pass me by, life's short. I want to start experiencing more things, or things that maybe you've been wanting to do and you haven't. It's kind of that time where you're feeling motivated to take action on them. I do feel like it's a very enlightening month for you with this enlightenment card. You might be going through some sort of period of enlightenment, like just like wisdom is really coming in for you. I feel like you're blossoming as well with that. You may have gone through a kind of a dark period, and you feel like you're finally starting to feel like the light at the end of the tunnel, or just the light, like symbolically as the light starts to come in, the sun starts to come in with the springtime. I do feel this like blossoming in your life and just internally for you. There's definitely like this transitional period happening in April, and I do feel like this trust is just like you're starting to seize the day and potentially take action and lead some things, and it's just like trust in yourself, trust in your power, and trust that the path is going to continue to unfold for you if you're feeling like you're not quite sure what's next. Just, literally take action when you feel the inspiration, okay? This is a month to where take advantage when you're really feeling that maybe some creative inspiration, or just feeling like you need to do something. I'm kind of getting for you Virgos, you need to follow your intuition really highly this month. And even if it's small things like, hey, for some reason, I'm really feeling this pull to like go to this park or to go to this store, and you're not sure why. Like, you need to follow those because there's going to be a lot of synchronicities opening up for you. That's going to just kind of be like little breadcrumbs that are going to lead you to bigger and better things, to opportunities, to experience that are going to broaden your soul and broaden just in general different things for you. All right. So we have underneath Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, King of Wands. There's the divine timing, the wheel. I like that. Page of Cups, and then Ace of Cups. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So you're definitely waffling. So something could come up this month. This could already be happening for you, but I feel like you're kind of waffling back and forth about something, almost like you're trying to decide if, do I like this? You know, do I want to change? Do I like this job I'm in? Do I want to try for something else? There's this kind of back and forth about like hemming and hawing about where you're at or something you're doing. Then all of a sudden it's like, wham, here's that enlightenment too of like, all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm getting some clear like intuition hits of like, okay, I know now, like I need to do this, or something happens where you're like, oh, I'm getting my clarity here. It could be tied to this King of Wands for you. So this could be like, if it's work related, maybe it's a boss. Maybe it's someone, a potential business partner, or someone that you're like can collaborate with on something. It could be a partner. So there's some tie to this that you're kind of waffling back and forth, but then all of a sudden, I think this person helps to provide clarity for you, whether it's positive or negative. And in reality, you're maybe thinking, well, okay, I got the answer from this person, but it's almost like the answers that came through because it was divine timing. Okay, it was just divine timing for you to finally figure it out and know. But it kind of is coming through this person, if that makes sense. And I do feel like there is an offer here. There is like an offer of like, hey, do you want to collaborate on this? Or hey, maybe it's like someone reaching out saying, hey, there's this opportunity at this other job or location or something along those lines that they're like, hey, maybe you'd be good for that or something. So it's kind of like this little hit of like, oh, okay, maybe that's my answer. So maybe I should actually do it. If this is love related, I do feel like all of a sudden someone comes in and if you're single, there could be a potential here. This King of Wands comes in and like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, there's this real connection right off the bat. I do feel like there is a lot of potential here, and this person is showing that they're really interested and trying to offer some, maybe a date or some connection here. And it's like, this is going to be a big connection with this Ace of Cups. So whether it's love or work or whatever situation it is, I do feel like this has a major potential for a lot of fulfillment for you. There's a connection here with this. And it's like, this is something that really connects to your purpose, to what you love to do, more than where you've been. And especially when you're doing things you love, or really finally aligning with something you feel, that you have more purpose in, and you make more impact here, or if this is a relationship that really is going to open up this huge like soulmate connection, this is going to lead to, if it's love, this is going to potentially lead to family, and you guys really, lead to, this is a serious relationship and has potential to really be like a life partner. If this is work related, it's going to be tied to like making more money. So I think however this applies to you guys individually, it's going to be something really great. And I think the seize the day is kind of like, hey, don't let this pass you by type thing. Like there is some sort of opportunity. You have 2 aces here. So there is some sort of new door opening. And it's like, seize the day, seize the opportunity. If you're hemming and hawing, like, oh, should I go on a date with this person? Definitely do it. If someone kind of leaves some crumbs of like, hey, there's this job opportunity, you may like it, definitely look into it. Don't let it pass you by. And even though you don't necessarily know, like, hey, should I take this job? Should I try, will this relationship work out? I think there's that trust factor of just like allowing it to unfold. Don't, push the river either. Like, I feel like there's this just trust and surrender. Take the crumbs, right? Follow the signs, and it will all unfold for you guys. So I like this reading for you, Virgos. I'm, this is a different message than I've heard from other readings, but I'm liking it because of the difference. So let's keep going here. The Devil, 4 of Swords, and 7 of Wands. So you might have, with the Devil, kind of, to me in the past, you may have been kind of stuck to something, or in a feeling like you've been, staying in a situation because of fear. There is, in always looking from a higher perspective, any situation that really isn't aligned with our best and highest good is going to be karmic, right? So there is there's definitely karmic energy to whatever the situation that you've been in. Even a job is obviously can be karmic. And it's like, well, it's not really supporting you anymore. It's not supporting your growth. It's not aligning to your needs and desires. It's not really, you're not feeling purposeful. You're not feeling like, I love doing this type of energy here. With the 4 of Swords, so let me pull the next line. I'll kind of read what comes up here. 6 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Queen of Wands. So for some of you, it's almost, there could be an opportunity for you to go on a trip, or kind of take a break. There's some sort of opportunity there. And I do feel like maybe you have all these excuses of why you can't do it. But I feel like with the Fool, the universe is kind of saying, take this, again, seize the day. There's an opportunity here. You can have 100 different excuses of why you shouldn't do it, but you should do it. That seems to be a big theme in April for you. Like, whatever comes up, this is going to be a yes month for you. Any opportunities that come up, take them. If you have any sort of, ooh, this sounds interesting, or ooh, I'd love to do that. And I feel like you tend to, there's kind of a pattern of you tend to make all these excuses of why you can't do things, like, well, that costs a lot of money, or do I have the money? Am I being responsible? Or, well, should I stay in this job because it's been safe and comfortable? But hey, I think I might really like to do this more, but I don't know if it's going to work out. A relationship, like I've had a lot of crappy relationship patterns. I wanted to take a break and just spend time on me, but all of a sudden, just like, it seems like this too good to be true person shows up and is interested in you. Like, there's all these different examples of, you could make excuses of why not to do something, but this is your month to almost like be a fool, like fools rush in. Like, it's almost like that saying is kind of like, only fools rush in, right? Like, only fools jump in and are too impulsive. But I almost feel like Virgos, you're kind of, as far as Virgos are concerned, you're definitely not the type to be very impulsive, like as a zodiac sign. I would say you tend to want to know the details and plan things out, and kind of want that comfort of, I want to know what this looks like before I do it. I almost want to know that it's a sure thing. But this is almost kind of like trying to, you know, overrule the fears and do things without thinking too hard about them. Because I feel like this is really going to bring a lot of confidence up. We talked about that, right? And the Queen of Wands is like the Queen of Confidence, right? So standing up for what you really want and like just, again, that confidence, I think you're going to really be attracting a lot this month. So just stand up for yourself, be your authentic self as well. And I think that's going to take you a long way. I definitely feel like as far as this Devil and the Six of Pentacles, you've kind of been in situations that haven't been equitable for you. I talk about this a lot in my readings. Instead of saying something that's balanced, it's almost like it's not equitable. Like you've maybe, you know, again, could be any sort of situation here. You've been staying in a situation that hasn't been equitable, where you've been putting your time, energy, emotions into something, and it hasn't really been, you know, giving it back to you. And I feel like that hasn't been happening for a long time, and it's kind of been stagnant or stale for a bit. And you're looking for something that's, again, going to give you more than what you're getting right now. Yeah, the Sun. It's like following your bliss now. Okay, it's like getting out of your fear and just being the Fool and following your bliss in every moment, even throughout the day. I feel like it's going to take you so far. Nine of Wands and Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's that like Fools rush in. It's like the Fool and the Knight of Swords is like rushing in, that impulsivity. I feel like something, you're gonna rush, something's gonna trigger you, or some opportunity's gonna come, and you're just gonna be like, yes, you're gonna fly in this new direction really fast. And you're running away from whatever was very challenging. And I don't want to say running away from a negative aspect. I feel like it's like, yes, a door opens up for me to shift and change out of something that's really been challenging. And you're like, yep, I'm going after this. It's really triggering a lot of passion for you. I think you're going to be really passionate about this. And you're like, yes, this is something here. Let me just check on that. What's the Knight of Swords about? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you've been holding on to something way past, you know, way longer than you should have been. Like this is something supposed to be end and done, but you've been holding on to something. This is also really needing that comfort. Like Virgos are, again, one of those signs that likes comfort. They like, you know, to know what's going on. They like the details. They like that. They like routines and things like that. And it gives them comfort. But there's this sense of like, you're almost too stuck in your comfort zone that you're not really, you know, expanding and allowing things to come in your life that are really going to just, you know, help to expand your creativeness, expand your skill set, and what, like, your impact, right? And I think that's huge for you, is you like to see your impact on people and situations and helping make things better. And I do feel like there's opportunities here for you. And I really think when you start seeing that impact, there's places and people that need what you have, if that makes sense too. So what's the Ace of Swords and this King of Cups? The Eight of Cups. So I do think you've been waffling around something. I do feel like you're going to walk away from a situation and move towards something else here. I think, again, there's people tied to where you're walking to that are going to kind of, it's like they're going to help you make that decision. Like the people tied to that are going to be like, hey, I think you'd be great for this. And like, I really feel you resonating with these people and speaking your truth. And there's some clarity and truth as well to maybe needing to speak to people in the situation you're walking away from. Again, it could be a job, something, a relationship, because you're walking towards something better here. And I think too, it's really asking you with the King of Cups and the Eight of Cups is like, really feel into like, what are you emotionally, or what are you drawn to? Like, quit thinking too much, right? Don't be too logical about this. This is more like what's in your heart. Like, what does your heart really want? What are you desiring? And what your heart is telling you, instead of thinking like, well, you know, too much over analyzing, and just go into your heart, go into your intuition, and that will tell you what you need to do. All right, Virgos. Looks like a very good month for you. The waffling is over. I see you finally knowing what you're jumping into next here, and I think it's going to be really exciting for you and kind of boost your confidence. So thanks for joining in as usual. Hit that like button if you like the reading. Let me know what's going on with you guys, especially through the eclipses, in the comments. You know, I also say, if you know other Virgos out there, or if this resonates with someone you know, share this video with them. But yeah, have a great month. Stay connected with the weekly videos. But otherwise, I will see you all in the next reading. Bye for now.